So hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for always coming back. Today we will be talking about what to do if you have no savings. And so this is the kind of content that you would love to see. Kindly watch till the very end. Guys, do not forget to click on the subscribe word down below to get subscribed to join my amazing family. We deal with things personal finance, self development, and self growth tips. We also do faith based content. Uh, this channel is all about holistic growth, and so if you're interested in the content like this, do well to stick and stay with me. Do not go anywhere. Let's get right into today's video. So, the first thing you have to do if you have no savings, okay, is to create a budget and be disciplined enough to stick to it. If you do not know how to create a budget, basically know how much is coming into your account, that's your income, and then how much is going out of your account, that is your expenditure or expenses. Having an idea about these two figures, it really helps to create a budget. And then the best thing you can also do is to track your expenses. If you have no idea how much income or expenses that you have, you firstly need to track your expenses, being that, let's say for a week, you get a pen and a diary or a jotter, write down every expense that you spend money on. So if it's food, how much did you spend on food? If it's water, how much do you spend on water? Do this for a week. After that, you sit down and you analyze the trends and the figures. You might realize a particular pattern of probably overspending on one particular expense. And so from that, you can draw your conclusions and adjust in certain ways that will be favorable to you. Okay, so we are trying to create wealth, and the topic here is what to do if you have no savings. And so we are trying to cut down on certain things in order to get some amount of money, no matter how small, to save. And so creating the budget, I want let's say for a week I want to spend, or for a day I want to spend this amount of money, X amount of money on food, Y on water, on rent, on transportation, this amount of money, and be disciplined enough to stick to this particular budget. It's very important. You don't go over that budget. As much as possible, stick to it or spend less than you even budgeted for. Number two guys, is to find ways of slashing your expenses ruthlessly, like aggressively cutting down on certain things. Find very frugal ways of cutting down. We are trying to save here. And so when we are creating the budget in the first step, we are allocating certain amount of money to our savings, and then we manage our lifestyle around the rest of the money that is left. So we are saving and then we spend the rest that is left. So we find very frugal ways of cutting down on our very basic living expenses, like food, like transportation, like water, like accommodation or rent. These things we cannot do without. So we have to find very frugal ways of cutting down. If, let's say, for accommodation, you live in an area that is very expensive, why not relocate to a cheaper area? Or you have rented a two-bedroom house, three-bedroom house, but you're just one person living in it, you have to downsize. Or you can rent out the other rooms to other people to also help pay the rent. That way you are cutting down on the amount of money you spend on expenses. I mean, for food, you can cook in bulk, go for grocery shopping in bulk, cook in bulk, send lunch to work. All these things help to cut down the amount of money we spend on food. If it's transportation, you can either ride a bicycle to work. I mean, if you can ride a bicycle, you can buy a bicycle. It doesn't require fuel, and then ride the bicycle to work. Or you can walk if it's not very far from you. Or you can take public transportation. All these things are ways that we can cut down. Even if you have a car, you can also use it as a means of transport for other people, other commuters who are also going in the direction that you are going. They are going your way. So why don't you pick them up and then charge them? Use your car as a taxi and then transport people to and from and then get paid. All these ways are ways you can save money on transportation or fuel. Hey guys, is to boost your income with other side hustles. I'm a number one champion, okay, advocator for multiple streams of income for side hustles. And so do not depend on only your job, your 9 to 5 job, or only on your business. Try, find flexible ways of earning, work and being charged. Let's say if you work for someone per hour, you are being charged and then you take your money. That is it. We all have 24 hours in a day. It's how wise you use that money, you use that time, that will determine if you will be very wealthy or successful or not. And so find very flexible ways of earning amount of money, acquire that skill, that training, that expertise, that knowledge, and then use it to render a service to maybe a company or an individual. This and then charge them as you go. They pay you as you render your service. These ways are small ways that we can get money, guys, is to prioritize building an emergency fund. We are trying to save money here, but we also have to have a separate savings account for the inevitable. When the unexpected happens, we do not dip our hands into our savings. And so we create an emergency fund, a separate savings account to serve as a buffer so that we do not enter or dip our hands into our savings when the inevitable happens. So it's a form of cushioning us to save us from the inevitable when they do come. Number five, guys, is to eliminate high interest, in fact, eliminating debt in general, but most especially the high interest ones. Aggressively plan out when you create your budget, put certain amount of money aside to pay off your debts. The earlier you pay off your high interest debts, the best it will be for you. The later you do not pay, the interest keeps accumulating and you are going to spend all your lifetime trying to pay for interest on your debt. It's important that we, as soon as possible, strategize and find ways of saving, of paying off our debt as soon as possible. Number six, guys, is to embrace DIYs. Do it yourself. DIYs. There are certain basic things that we can do for ourselves. And so learn that. You can go on YouTube and learn certain very, very basic things and do it by yourself instead of employing someone to do it. There are some things you can do by yourself. So why don't you go ahead and learn certain things and do it for yourself? It will really go a long way to save you money. And we can also adopt the barter trade. The barter system. In the past, people exchanged, there was no money, and so people, our forefathers were exchanging goods for other goods or services for other services. If you have a particular goods, you just trade it with another person or you render service. For example, let's say you can be a nanny to somebody, and instead of the person, somebody taking care of her children, and then you can exchange it with, let's say, if a person is a gardener or something of that sort, you can exchange your services to pay each other. If different scenarios, you just have to sit down and agree to the terms and conditions of your of your services, of your agreement, and make sure it's a fair trade for each other. Shift your mindset to long-term frugality. Find the frugality is not really about deprivation. It's just prioritizing what is important to you and spending money on them, and then cutting down on the very unnecessary ones that do not serve you any purpose or value. And so live your life with that kind of mindset shift of frugality, of prioritizing what is most important to you and spending the amount of money that you have on it, as opposed to the unnecessary ones. Guys, if you've enjoyed this content, kindly give me a thumbs up. Click on the subscribe button down below. Share with your family and friends. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Do want to check out my previous videos and watch out for the next one. Do have a great day. See you in the next one. It's bye for now.